Hello. I have missed you guys. It is Shayna Garcia, Ivy Bikini Pro, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Lordy, it has been a minute, and I just want to thank everyone that's even checked up on me, because I know it's been a few weeks since Mario and I have filmed. But as you guys know from my most recent video, I've just moved places, and then it got a little bit hectic, and there was just so much to organize, and I felt like I just couldn't keep on top of everything. And I'm not making excuses, because you guys know that we've been consistent for a while. But if you know, when it comes to moving, it does take a bit of effort, organization, and time, and it just wasn't on my priority list. But I want to thank everyone that checked up on me, because people were asking me if I was okay. I am totally fine. We were just a little bit busy, and we're finally settled in. But we are back here at Cult Fitness, and I have been training. I've been keeping in the process. And yes, we are still prepping. We have not pulled out or anything. We haven't not stuck to plan. I've still stuck to plan. And I'm very excited to introduce a quad and glute workout today, because we've always just done glutes and hamstrings. So we're changing things up a little bit. We're gonna bring in a little bit of quads today. I'm gonna bring in some other movements that I haven't brought onto this channel just yet. So I really hope you guys enjoy this workout. Let's go. Okay, so today we are on a different abduction machine. So normally we're on the standing one. And today the reason why I'm using this one is because we're gonna do a couple of variations. So in this one set, we're gonna do 2 sets leaning back, which is gonna help with the upper glute a little bit more. So for the last set, we're gonna be leaning forward, and that's where we're gonna just go for maximum stretch, which is what I normally do on the other abduction machine. So again, we're gonna start with leaning back. Okay, so the way I like to lean back to make sure that my glutes are touching the end of the pad, my shoulders are touching the pad, and I do this little arch. Okay, that's just to stabilize myself. But at the same time, I'm also like, it's like I'm doing a hip thruster, where I'm like contracting my ribs and my hips at the same time, but I'm maintaining this arch. So I could already feel myself squeezing while doing that. And then I'm gonna hold on to these handles. This is gonna give me a little bit of a spot just to start to come out. Good squeeze, slowly come in. And as I'm coming in, I'm actually contracting my ribs and hips towards each other slightly. And that's just allowing me to keep tension, but maintaining this position. So we're gonna go for 15 reps. All right, I don't need that spot now. That was just a start. So we're keeping tension the whole time, guys. I'm not even allowing my glutes to get any rest. And it's burning. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna do one more set, leaning back like that. And the next set, we're gonna lean forward, which is just the usual abduction that I do. Broke a nail today, guys. So actually yesterday. If anyone follows me on Instagram, like I've had like a week. So like one day I dropped like an egg on my mat, and I just like looked at it drop slowly. And then I remember the next day my cream of rice exploded in the microwave, and I just looked at that before I even cleaned it up. And then my nail broke, and I was like, I'm so done this week. This is gonna be a great week. That was it for me. It was a final straw. All I did was like, I shut my door, and then I just seen this little thing fall on the ground. I was like, is that my nail? I thought these are the challenges in life. I was like, I'm gonna have to face these challenges. These are challenges I can overcome. We're gonna make it a good week. But you know, when it's like one after the other, you know, you just gotta breathe, take it in. All right, second set. All right, and the last set, we're gonna lean forward. All right, so now we're gonna lean forward. Now, when your body is on a slight slant like this, the rule is gonna be exactly the same for when you're on a flat seat and when you're standing. You're still just gonna treat it as if you're about to sit on a chair, and then you're gonna stretch out wide. So I'm still doing the exact same thing as I would in all the abduction workouts that you see me do. And I'm still pushing backwards with my bum even on the way in. Slowly coming in. All right, glutes are warmed up. So this is basically to warm your glutes up, guys. All right, so now we're gonna go into our next movement. It's gonna be a big movement, pretty sure it was. All right, so we've got Smith's machine, Bulgarian lunges. I don't think we've done the Bulgarian lunge. No, we haven't. This is what I mean. I'm introducing some stuff to you guys now. So we're gonna go to our favorite Smith's machine, but we're gonna do a Bulgarian lunge. And I think the last time we did it, we did dumbbells. We did single arm dumbbells right over there. So this time we're gonna use the Smith's machine. We're gonna go at a nice steady pace. Bulgarian split squats. So to be honest, I have been avoiding this movement for a little bit of a while because I was having a few knee issues. For those that do not know Jess by Rooted in Motion, she does my recovery. And so I was telling her my problem when it came to this movement. And this whole time I thought it was like my hamstring, thought it was like coming from my IT band. But then she discovered that it was coming from my calf, right? Everything's connected to everything. But anyways, that's sorted. And now I'm able to do Bulgarian split squats. That's long story short. There's more behind it, right? But that's long story short. We are back in motion with it. I've been liking the Smith machine because when I do dumbbells, it's totally fine, but I just find that the range of motion and my hips shift way too much. Then it just changes every rep. So that's why I like to stick to the Smith machine, and I can literally stay in place. So because today is a glute and quad day, I am gonna allow my knee to go over my toes a bit, okay? So I'm still gonna focus on that hinge, but I'm gonna allow the knee over toe because in all of my videos, you guys have noticed that I always focus on the knee being in line with like the back of my foot so then it doesn't go over my toes, but we're bringing quads in. So we are gonna allow that today. Now I've got my bench set up behind me, and I am still gonna have my foot slightly forward just because this is a straight bar. I'm gonna have one foot at the back. And some people like to go on their toes on the back bench. I like to leave mine flat down. Honestly, I find more stability this way. And then I'm gonna go down, stretch, squeeze, back down again. Okay. Damn, I hate Bulgarian split squats so much. I hate this movement with a passion, but you know, we gotta keep the legs full. Like I know bikini, we are so focused on our glutes and our hamstrings. They still want to train some quads too. I'm not trying to prioritize my quads, but I'm not going to disregard them either. So that's why I brought them back in, because it is going to contribute to my leg mass overall. And I did put a story up on Instagram this morning, and I compared how I was training last year and how I'm training this year. And I brought a little bit of quad back into my workouts, and it's really made a difference. So in my compound moves, I've also like kind of allowed my quads to come into because I was so glute hamstring focused. My hamstrings are pretty tight, so I know that like that's not going to be an issue. And if anything, I have to make sure I don't have too much separation in my hamstrings. So I brought the quads back around. We're going to prioritize them a little bit more than we have been. All right, so we're going to swap legs now. Oh, fuck. Ooh, this is the hardest side. I don't know if I miss filming with you guys, to be honest. I'm tired. All right, so I'm gonna go super heavy. Man, quads get the best of me, I'm not gonna lie. When I brought them back in, I was like, what are you doing, Shane? If I had to choose a muscle group that I hate training the most, it's quads. I hate quads so much, like, I hate it. I like training glutes. My favorite muscle group is glutes now, but lower altogether. Like, when I tore my hip, I just hated legs altogether, honestly. Shoulders became my favorite at one point. Then I started overdoing it with my shoulders. So I had to cut back. Judge told me to cut back. So then I started training my glutes a lot more. And like the thing is, I feel like you favorite the muscle groups where you know you have the most progression. So in the last year, like I've been focusing on my glutes. So I've been loving glutes. I love it when I feel the activation better. I love it when I'm getting a really good stretch and I feel the burn and then I see the progression. So glutes is my top at the moment. I don't care how much progression I make on quads, to be honest, I hate it. Set 2, guys. Slightly in front, 1 foot back. Oh shit. Oh my god. Don't include that. Guys, with this, I got a break in between the sets, hey? But did you see how I slipped a little bit there? This is what I mean when I do like dumbbells. I'm just so worried that like my body is gonna shift and you can slip. At least for here, I mean, I should have the safety bars up. I feel more control with the Smiths. And like with the Smith machine as well, you can put safety bars as well. So you can do, I should have been a better example, guys, but I'm a pro though. I'm joking. So we don't need that shit. No. Like for real though, with the Smith machine, if you have the safety bars there, you could set it to the lowest point. So if worst comes to worst, let's just say you slip or you really can't do another rep, you can drop it and you won't hurt yourself. So anything guided, to be honest, I really like. Like you'll rarely see me do a lot of free weight stuff. I'll do it if needed and if there's like alternatives I need to do. Like let's just say all Smith machine was taken today, then I would have resorted to dumbbells, you know? But it's like normally my last resort. If I know I have the option to still hit the same muscle groups and it be guided, I'll make sure that I can be in a steady position and not hurt myself, I'm gonna choose that option, so. That's it. I'm dying, bro. This week I hit my new lowest low. Did I say that last time? 107.1. All right, so it's not a weight loss game. Like I'm not trying to make sure that I'm like hitting a new low, but this is the newest low for this prep. It's been good because I was just showing Mario my body composition from last year and this year, and we're holding more density. It's looking good, especially like the lower half because that was my weakness last time. So I'm just making sure that I'm holding as much as I can, but so far we're doing quite good. So now we're adding more quads, so I'm gonna make sure they pop. They're gonna be fluidy right now. Yes. One more set on here, guys, and we're gonna move on. Woo. I'm gonna straight to the other side, guys. Oh god. Damn, I'm so glad we're done with that. I hate Bulgarian split squats with the fashion. I should have kicked this machine. We're done. We're finito with this machine, guys. Let us move on. So we're gonna do a little superset. I'm gonna do some hip thrusters. If I had a philo accent. Hip thrusters. All right. Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest so then y'all know my phases, but it is that time of the month. It's that time. I was just telling Mario, I'm like, I'm feeling this right now. But it is that time. But weight wise, like I do still try to be on top of the weights like I normally would. But I'd be lying if I said my energy today wasn't, like I had like 8 hours sleep last night, have really good sleep. But the energy for this is like starting to kick in. It's even a high day today. So you're feeling like this on the day where you're having blood loss. It's normal. So we got one more set. So we did 3 sets in total. This is my second set now. We got one more to go. All right, set number 3 now, guys. This is the last set. Going heavier. That's it. So talking about my time of the month, guys. If you're a men are probably gonna be like, ew. No, but this is normal. Talking about periods and time of the month. I am still getting my periods. So I have always been a regular person when it comes to it. Not until like the very end of a prep where I might lose it for like maybe 2 or 3 months. The most I've ever lost it was 7 months. That was actually my second prep ever. But I also knew that I went into an extreme deficit where I knew I didn't have to go as deep as I did, because I still did very well, but I knew that I could have afforded to be fuller. And then now that I look back, you learn as you keep going this process. I've always been regular. I've always had it every month. And so I always do usually have it throughout my my prep phases. And people do usually lose their period. It really depends on the person, okay? If you've been a regular person, you should be regular for quite some time until you get to an extreme deficit. So for myself, this could be the last one, or I might have one more. And if I get it towards a show, it might be a little bit lighter, or sometimes I'll lose it altogether. But this is why it's really important to really plan what you're gonna do post-show, because your hormones matter too. Keeping until your bloods really matter as well. So after show, I am gonna make sure that I either reverse or recover. Most of the time I do a reverse, and the goal is to always go back to homeostasis and make sure that everything just starts aligning again. For myself, it has been better for me to do a reverse, and I know that still involves restriction after a show, but that's how I've been able to return back to maintenance better, properly, and everything starts aligning again. And then as I do the reverse, when my calories start coming up a little bit higher, and I do allow a couple of refeeds here and there in moderation, I put on least amount of body fat. At the same time, my body goes back to its regular state. So that's what my plan is after this. But for those that lose their periods completely, you need to make sure that you have a plan in place. And if you are someone that's irregular, just note that you are gonna be irregular for most of it, okay? I'm obviously not a doctor, but this is based on my experience with myself, my clients, and just being around competitors in general. If you are regular, you're gonna be regular for most of it, and there might be a time you might actually still have your period on a show day. I've got plenty of clients, including myself, I've had experience of having it on a show day. But then you might be someone that might lose it too. And that really depends on your body, where it's at for that moment, and the extremes that you push through. But the goal is to get it back. So make sure you have a proper plan in place. All right, so we're gonna do a little superset between the leg extension and leg press, just because time right now. Okay, so normally I'll separate these two, but we're gonna superset them. We are gonna make it quad focused today. So on the leg press, I'll show you guys what we're gonna do, but we're gonna start with leg extensions. I'm not going super heavy. My feet are about hip width apart. I got my feet tucked under the pads. I'm gonna keep my toes up the whole time. We're gonna come up. Ooh. I'm felt that straight away. Quick tip for you guys. Maria, I want you to come over to this side real quick.
On which side?
On this side here. Some people tell me they don't feel it all in their quads properly when they're the leg extension. If you didn't know this, and if you didn't know this as well, Mario, this is your pivot point, okay? Every machine has a pivot point. I'll show you guys. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on the hamstring curl one time because someone was telling me that they only fail in their calves. You need to align your joint with the pivot point, which see, you can see that my joints align. So that's how you know where to shift your body in a machine. Okay, so that's why straight away I got it straight into my quad. That first rep hit me like crazy. Come over to the hamstrings because this is where people always fail to. Right over here. Pivot point. Align your knee.
Okay.
Align with your joint. So that's how you know that you're gonna hit in the right spot because people say they feel their calves, they feel even on leg extensions, like not all of their quads. Sometimes they're just feeling like knee or they're getting a restriction in the movement. Every machine is gonna have a pivot point. So let's come to this hamstring one, for example. Pivot point, align your joint with it, guys. There you go, that's a hack. That's a hack. You didn't know that, Raya? Yeah. All right, so let's go to the leg extension. We're gonna go into the leg press. Now again, we're gonna focus on the quads, okay? So my feet are gonna be hip width apart, directly in front of me. And rather than having them like up here, I'm gonna have it down here. So we're gonna allow those knees to go over the toes. We're gonna come down. And when we come up, we're going at 3/4. Coming back down again. Right there. All quad. 3/4 reps. So full deep stretch. Come up at 3/4. Do not stop at the top. I know I stopped once, but don't. Come all the way back down. Keep that tension. This is the best superset, guys, for your quads. So let's go back to the leg extension again. Guys, I hate quads so much. I feel like a virgin in quads right now. Like, it's like I've never trained quads before. Oh my God. All right, one more set, guys. We're gonna go back to the leg press. So we're gonna do 3 sets total, okay? So don't go as heavy for my leg press for this one, just because it is going all to the quads. It freaking burns, guys. Knees are gonna be aligned with my toes. Let's be serious now, guys. We're gonna push feet forward and Whew. Oh, god damn, guys, that burn. I can't even see my quads now. They are fluidy. All right, wow. That was our workout. What did we hit today? We did abductions, Bulgarian split squats on the sister chain. We did hip thrusters, leg press, and leg extensions. Now, remember I told you guys I would actually separate these two. This was gonna be the last movement, but time isn't our best friend today. So we got a superset. You gotta do what you gotta do when it comes to supersets. Now note as well that if you are gonna do a superset, you might not be pushing the same intensity level, but then that's where you focus on the volume and your tempo, and you can still get just as much, okay? Every time you do a session, it might change up a little bit. Sometimes shit happens, sometimes you don't have enough time. There's always ways to complete your workout. And these little tips, don't forget my tips and tricks with the joints as well. But yeah, I'm so happy that we're back, guys. We're actually gonna be filming again tomorrow with one of my girls. We're gonna be focusing on all parts of the glutes. I know we always go with glutes, but I'm actually gonna take you guys through the 3 different parts because I feel like everyone is focused on one part or just thinking that the glute is just one. But there's a lot more to the glutes than you think, and these are tips that I have really learned for myself as well, which is why I want to bring it to you guys. But I'm going to take someone through a workout tomorrow, which will be released next week for you guys, so you guys can understand the glute sessions a lot more, because it's more than just doing hip thrusters and kickbacks and what else do we do? Reverse lunges. There's a reason why I've been doing everything, and there's a reason why the glutes have been progressing a lot better, which I'll explain in more detail in the next session, okay? But that is our glute and quad touch-up workout, and we will be bringing more quads into this, unfortunately. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode and following me in this workout. Mario and I are back in action. So again, if you guys want requests for any other workouts, please let me know, comment below, or flick me through a DM on Instagram. Instagram is ShanaGarcia_IFBB Pro for those that don't follow me on Instagram, because I know this is a different audience. And yeah, but we might do some upper body too now because we're getting a little bit leaner. I want to do some upper body. We're going to do some upper body next week as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.